Oh God. Okay. I'm so glad I cut off the front.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
D and Gandhi. I mean DNA. We back again. That was from the tail end of the last video. You'll get it if you watch it. So check it out. We're back one more time. Take two. Making it do what it do. Subject matter for the day.
Okay. I saw this show. You know me, it's always shows. Saw this show, and this couple were in a situation where she lost her baby, and she was grieving. I mean, she was, she tried to get through, but I've never been in a situation where I lost a baby, so I don't understand that kind of a loss. But when you're married to somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody and you lose a child or you have a great loss like that in your life, that person that's with you loses too. And I feel like in this program, she only thought of her. Now I understand she was upset. I get that. But in this situation, she didn't see her husband being as upset as she was. He also lost. And I don't like it when people only see themselves in a situation like that and they're in a relationship, whether it be marriage or just, partnership. I think about that when I was watching. I was thinking about that. I was like, why do women who lose like that? And my sympathies to those women. It's just, why do you shut out the man that as though he didn't lose anything because it didn't come from him, but it did come from him? How did you think it got there in the first place? So how could you not feel for him as well? He's trying to keep her up. Trying to keep on face because they do work together and in a place where they meet people and and their co-workers. So it's a whole bunch of people and they have to keep face. He's trying to keep her up and keep himself up at the same time, which is what men do. Strong men try to do that, but you cannot be strong all the time. And I don't understand why a woman in this situation would not feel that he lost too, your opinion, because I don't. Okay, within this, she got herself back. When she finally got herself back, when she can go to work, she still felt that loss, but she still didn't notice him. It was just about her getting herself back together, and she thought that he had already whatever and got himself together. So she left him to go and do a job someplace else. She needed this, is what she told him. He gave it to her. It was only supposed to be for a few months. It ended up being a little bit longer, but he still gave that to her. They tried to keep in contact. Her job is stressful. Their jobs are stressful, and he knew that she would get in contact when she could. She was overseas. When she finally came back, they were lovey-dovey, they still mentioned the loss or whatever, but it wasn't as when it first happened. They had time to get a little past that with work. Well, she ended up leaving again. She said she needed to do this. Mm-hmm. He needed her, is what he was letting her know. I need you to be here. And she said, I just can't. Which means you left him. You already left him the first time. You left him to grieve alone. So you could take care of you, and then when he needed you, he let you go. It wasn't like he just said you ain't going, or He let you go. He dealt with your situation, let you deal with the situation, and then when he needed you, you couldn't be there. Why do women think that's okay? Why do people think that's okay? That's not okay to me. I'm always going to be that person that's, I don't think that that's okay for you to treat someone like they didn't feel that too. And at the end, he ended up divorcing her. She thought it could work. He didn't. He needed her. She wasn't there. When he finally felt something, it wasn't what he felt in the beginning because she took it away. When you walk away, you take it away, and that's what she did. And when he needed her, because she was saying, "I need you, I need you," he said, "When I needed you, you left me." Yeah.
She had no empathy, clearly, for him.
Right.
You know, she was too consumed with what she was going through, and a lot of times, I would imagine, you know, as a woman, she would feel the bond was closer because, you know, y'all carry the babies. You know, you can feel this child growing inside you. You can feel it moving, kicking, things like that. You can feel it fluttering around.
Just to cut you off for a second, with them being married and him being there in the beginning when she said, "I'm pregnant," we're gonna, you know, he is a part of that growth.
Oh yeah,
he is listening to the heartbeats.
Unquestionable.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Women keep trying to take something away from the man. He is about, a part of that.
It's about her lack of empathy for anybody else. She was too busy trying to deal with it herself, and figured because she carried the baby that he don't know how she feels. And in essence, he don't, because he's not carrying that child.
But he knows.
No. He understands the loss, and you know, they shared that news together. They shared, you know, the good news of the conception of the child, and you know, went through whatever stages or however long it lasted, you know, before they lost the baby. She was, quite frankly, she was too selfish.
Yeah.
You understand? Because she didn't look at it as, you know, once you're together in a marriage or partnership and y'all together, you know, y'all are a family.
Right.
Then you branch off and you build that family up by procreating. Whether you procreate or not, you know, whether you have children or not, and you're in a monogamous relationship, and you're in a situation, or you're in a marriage, you know, your significant other is your family, as well as your biological family. You know, she didn't see him as being affected by it as she was, because again, she couldn't empathize with the fact that he lost something too. You know, he lost this baby too. You know, she only took into account, well, I felt the baby, I don't feel the baby anymore, and I feel a certain emptiness or this, that, and the third.
She also put in where he was stronger than her, so he must have.
No,
you know,
so she immediately assumed that he got over it, but the bottom line is this, and it's not always the man that, you know, can seem to hold you up. You know, again, if you're in a relationship and we suffer a loss together, we both can't fall apart.
Right.
Because nothing gets done.
Right.
You know.
And that's why he was trying to hold her up.
It's a matter of, okay, well, we have to deal with this, but we still got to press forward, because pressing forward is showing that survivalist skill. You know, I have to be able to show you, you know, regardless of what we're going through, we still gonna make it. You know, it's gonna be rough. We gonna make it. You know, you got to be able to show me, regardless of what we're going through, we still gonna make it. You know, and if you need time and he give you time, then you good. And if she need time and he give her time, then you good. Y'all both can't grieve and lose it at the same time.
Right.
You know,
you're gonna be grieving, but you can't both lose it.
It's gonna be a grieving period. You know, and people deal with things in different ways.
My thing is, the man is supposed to be strong. He's supposed to hold you up. But when it's his time to fall,
that is an unfair stigma that men get.
No, what I'm saying is, you all fall too.
Yeah.
But when you are there holding her up, she's supposed to accept that when it, that she can lean on you. But when he falls, you're supposed to be there for him to lean on you too.
Exactly.
He may not fall in the beginning. He may not take it the way you do. And he may take it exactly the way you take it.
He may take it worse.
He knows that you need.
Exactly.
This came from you, and that emptiness is finally inside you. So he's holding you up in the beginning. Once you are finally able to stand a little bit, now he can hold. He finally can let go. You got to be there for him too.
We got to be able to hold each other
right.
up. That's what's supposed to make it a relationship. It's a scale.
My thing is, a lot of women don't see that. A lot of women, even if they have the child, that's what I'm saying. When they take the child away from the man, you are taking a piece of him away from him. It doesn't matter that you feel a certain way. You're taking a part of him away. Oh, he wasn't this to me, and he wasn't that to me, and he didn't do this, and he didn't make enough money. Whatever your situation is, that piece in the middle, whether it exists or not anymore, is a part of you. You have become something else. So I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. And I never will understand that, because no matter what happens, that was a family, and that piece of the family disappeared.
To play both sides of the coin. On one side, she was hurt and she was devastated and she didn't know how to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Pushing him away is the wrong thing to do. On the other side of the coin, she was selfish, and she didn't think about his feelings. She only thought about hers. Mm-hmm. And pushing him away again was still the wrong thing to do. No matter how you slice it.
She even said later on, but when he was asking for the divorce and everything, she said, "You got past it." He said, "What made you think I got past it?" She had already assumed. The whole marriage she had assumed.
Yeah.
So this was nothing new.
Well then,
but this
in retrospect, it was his fault, because he didn't know the woman he married.
Actually, they didn't know each other. It was ridiculous.
Well, there you go. See? Let that be a lesson to you. You're into the lesson. Know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Just don't lay down with everybody.
Don't put a ring on it.
Yeah. Just because you like it don't mean you got to put a ring on it. And just because you like it because you might have got some and it felt good, don't mean put a ring on it either. You understand? Know who that person is, who you are, because once you create another life, then you add into the fault. Yeah. And you need to bring somebody into this society that got an idea of what's going on. And when they get here, they're brand new. So it's your job as the parents or the guardians or whoever you may be, to rear them up and guide them and teach them right from wrong, up from down, blue from green, from yup, you know what I'm saying?
This is that situation where we said, you got to get to know people. You have to get to know that person before you go further, and that you know in the beginning of a relationship if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. And you saw those flaws in the beginning, but you ignored them. Stop ignoring
flaws. They only get worse.
Yeah, they do not go away.
Always look for red flags.
Especially when people say, "I don't want to change who you are."
They're lying. They're lying.
But I like this, and that person likes that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that you don't like what I like, but I can deal with that. No, they cannot. They cannot.
And I don't have to like who you like, and I don't have to be friends with who you friends with. So, but that's how that goes. Subscribe, post a comment. How you feel, what you think. Let us hear something. You know how we do. We're on this spinning rock together. Be easy. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Start at home and then branch out. Till then, D and AKA Gandhi. We signing off. We'll see you next time.